In times of uncertainty, when food prices rise and supply chains become unstable, one of the most reliable and powerful solutions is already within reach: growing your own vegetables and fruits at home. Whether it's a small backyard, a rooftop, a balcony, or even containers by a window, home gardening can become a lifeline during food crises. What once may have been considered a hobby or lifestyle choice transforms into a practical survival skill. Today, we explore the advantages of home-planted vegetables and fruits during food crises, not as theory, but as a real-world solution that supports health, independence, and resilience. When a food crisis begins, the first impact is usually felt in markets. Prices rise quickly, sometimes doubling or tripling within weeks. Fresh vegetables and fruits become luxury items instead of everyday necessities. Families are forced to compromise nutrition, reduce portions, or rely on processed alternatives. In such situations, a home garden changes the entire equation. Instead of depending completely on external supply chains, households gain a steady, renewable source of fresh food right where they live. One of the most immediate advantages of homegrown food is cost savings. Seeds are inexpensive compared to the continuous purchase of vegetables and fruits from the market. A small packet of seeds can produce multiple harvests over several months. Once plants are established, they continue to produce food without requiring constant spending. For example, a single tomato plant can yield kilograms of tomatoes over its growing cycle. Similarly, spinach, coriander, mint, and other leafy greens can be harvested repeatedly. In a food crisis, when every rupee or dollar counts, this reduction in food expenses can significantly ease household pressure. Beyond cost, there is the powerful benefit of food security. Food security means having reliable access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food at all times. During crises caused by inflation, conflict, climate events, or supply chain disruptions, store shelves may become inconsistent. Home gardening acts as a buffer. Even if markets are empty or prices are unaffordable, a household with a functioning garden still has access to fresh produce. This sense of stability reduces panic and provides emotional reassurance in uncertain times. Another major advantage is nutritional quality. Commercially grown produce is often harvested early so it can survive transportation and storage. This means it may not always reach full ripeness or nutritional potential. Homegrown fruits and vegetables, however, can be harvested at peak ripeness, when nutrient content is highest. A freshly picked tomato from a garden has a different level of taste and nutritional value compared to one that has traveled long distances. Leafy greens like spinach and lettuce lose vitamins over time after harvesting, so consuming them fresh from the garden ensures maximum benefit. In addition to nutrition, home gardening encourages healthier eating habits. When fruits and vegetables are easily available at home, people naturally consume more of them. This can reduce dependence on processed foods, which are often high in salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. During food shortages, processed foods are sometimes the only affordable option in stores, but they do not provide the same health benefits. A home garden helps maintain a balanced diet even when external conditions are difficult. Another important benefit is control over food safety. In large-scale agriculture, pesticides, herbicides, and chemical fertilizers are commonly used to increase yield and prevent crop loss. While regulations exist, consumers often have limited knowledge about what chemicals are used and in what quantities. In a home garden, individuals can control exactly what goes into their soil and onto their plants. Many people choose organic methods such as composting, natural pest repellents, and biological pest control. This reduces exposure to harmful chemicals and provides cleaner, safer food for families, especially children and the elderly. Home gardening also strengthens resilience against supply chain disruptions. Modern food systems rely on transportation networks, fuel availability, and stable infrastructure. During a crisis, whether caused by fuel shortages, extreme weather, or political instability, these systems can break down. Even a short disruption can lead to empty shelves in urban areas. A home garden bypasses these vulnerabilities entirely. Food is produced and consumed locally, without dependency on long-distance transportation. Another often overlooked advantage is psychological well-being. Food crises create stress, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness. Gardening has been shown to reduce stress levels and improve mental health. The simple act of planting a seed, watering it, and watching it grow provides a sense of purpose and control. In uncertain times, this emotional stability is just as important as physical nourishment. Children who participate in gardening also develop a better understanding of nature, patience, and responsibility, which can be valuable life lessons during difficult periods. Home gardens also promote self-reliance and independence. In normal times, people rely heavily on markets and stores without thinking about where food comes from. But during crises, that dependence becomes a weakness. Growing even a portion of one's food reduces vulnerability. It creates a mindset shift from consumer to producer. This independence is empowering because it reduces fear of shortages and price fluctuations. Another key advantage is adaptability. Home gardening can be adjusted to different spaces and climates. In urban areas, container gardening allows people to grow vegetables in pots, buckets, or recycled containers. Vertical gardening techniques can maximize limited space by growing plants upward on walls or trellises. In rural areas, larger plots can support a wider variety of crops. This flexibility means almost anyone, regardless of location, can participate in food production. Water efficiency is another benefit worth mentioning. Home gardeners often use targeted watering techniques such as drip irrigation, mulching, or manual watering that reduces waste. Compared to large-scale industrial farming, small home gardens can be surprisingly efficient with water use. During crises where water resources may also become limited, this efficiency becomes even more important. Homegrown food also reduces dependence on financial systems. During severe inflation or currency instability, money may lose purchasing power rapidly. But seeds, soil, and gardening knowledge remain valuable regardless of economic conditions. In this way, a home garden acts as a form of living wealth that continues to produce value even when markets are unstable. Another major advantage is biodiversity. Home gardens can support a wide variety of plants, including seasonal vegetables, herbs, and fruit trees. This diversity improves soil health and reduces the risk of total crop failure. If one plant fails due to pests or weather conditions, others may still thrive. This resilience is critical during unpredictable food crises. Additionally, gardening creates opportunities for community sharing. When individuals grow surplus produce, they can share with neighbors, family members, or local communities. This strengthens social bonds and builds mutual support systems. In times of crisis, communities that share resources tend to survive and recover more effectively than those that operate in isolation. Home gardening also encourages better waste management. Kitchen waste such as vegetable peels, fruit scraps, and organic material can be composted and reused as fertilizer. This reduces household waste while improving soil fertility. It creates a natural cycle where waste becomes a resource instead of a problem. During crises, this kind of efficiency becomes especially valuable. Over time, gardening skills themselves become a long-term asset. Knowledge about soil preparation, planting cycles, pest control, and harvesting does not lose value. In fact, it becomes more important as external systems become less reliable. A person who understands how to grow food will always have a survival advantage in uncertain conditions. Even small-scale production can make a meaningful difference. A balcony with a few pots of chilies, tomatoes, and herbs may not replace a full grocery store, but it can significantly reduce reliance on it. Over time, as skills improve, production can expand. What begins as a small experiment can grow into a sustainable household food system. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of home gardening during a food crisis is hope. When external conditions feel unstable, growing food at home represents continuity and life. It is a reminder that even in difficult times, growth is still possible. Plants do not stop growing because of economic downturns or political instability. They respond to care, sunlight, water, and patience. This simple truth can be deeply grounding. In conclusion, home-planted vegetables and fruits offer far more than just food. They provide security, nutrition, independence, mental well-being, and resilience in the face of crisis. While they may not completely replace large-scale agriculture, they serve as a powerful complement and safety net. In a world where food systems can be unpredictable, the ability to grow even a portion of one's own food is not just useful, it is essential. A food crisis exposes weaknesses in systems, but it also highlights solutions that have always existed. Gardening is one of those solutions. It reconnects people with the source of their food and restores a sense of control in uncertain times. Most importantly, it reminds us that resilience often begins at home, one seed at a time.